met at a ecclesia, which Grace City Church, the church we went to in college together, that's our name for the home group. So it's just a weekly meeting where we go and we share a dinner, have a Bible study. So we met at a small group my senior year in college. So it was September, beginning of my senior year, and yeah, I met him at the first meeting where it was pretty laid back. It was just a game night, getting to know people. So yeah, and that's kind of where we became friends, was throughout the year, just attending these weekly meetings, doing different activities with this group of friends.
Well, the first time Annie and I met was in a small group for our church, and she definitely has a better memory of it. I think she was a little more fond of me. I was in a relationship at the time, so I wasn't necessarily looking for other people. But yeah, that was our group that we're meeting, and she actually added a lot to it, and I took notice of her pretty quick just as a person, and realizing that she was really excited to give back to this group, and yeah, she was pretty special. I think the first time I took notice of Annie in a more romantic way was the morning that I got baptized at church, and she was there, and she sent me a text later that day just expressing how excited she was for me, and how we kind of similar stories of how we came to the point of being baptized, and it's really touching to get something like that from a good friend. And then my first thought was like, oh, it's Annie girl, okay, alright, I like that. So I think that was the first time I really kind of took notice of her more romantic.
Well, the first time I liked him was the first time I met him. I noticed him right away because he had the cool beard and the arm tattoo, and obviously senior year, you're looking for any cute Christian boy. So I met Mitchell and I knew right away I liked him. But he had a girlfriend, and so then I just kind of wrote him off and was like, okay, we can be friends, I guess, if we have to be. But the first time I knew we liked each other was after he broke up with his girlfriend. He went down to California to play a show with his friend Jackson, and so they're playing, and in between sets he came off and texted me and said, hey, just thinking of you, our first set went good, about to get on the stage, but just wanted to send you a hi. And I freaked out and I ran to my best friend Brandy and said, oh my god, I think he likes me. That's a very couple-y thing to do. And of course I was freaking out because that's me, but that's the first time I knew he actually liked me more than a friend. My favorite thing about Mitchell is he's a man of all trades, and he can appreciate many things in life. So whether we're sitting on the couch watching a movie, or out hiking in the wilderness, or camping, or meeting with friends for a good beer, he's capable of really anything. So he's good at art, and he's smart at math, and he's just a man that I think, well, I know I'll never get bored with, and that's really important to me, is we'll be able to have fun in so many different aspects of life and really challenge each other in a lot of different ways.
My favorite thing about Annie is that she's by far the most kind person I know. And at the same time, she's willing to speak her mind and be firm when she needs to be. And it's a tricky balance to find. And she does an incredible job of doing that, and being loving and on both sides of the coin at times. Just being genuinely kind to everyone she runs into on a daily basis, and especially those she's closest to. Our first date. Well, I was nervous as can be. It was during finals week of the term, and I knew I was kind of running out of time to be able to take this girl out, and I figured, hey, why not right in the middle of finals week? And so I sent her a text and said, hey, I'm gonna go hiking, I'd love for you to join me. And she was gracious enough to say yes.
But when I said yes, hiking dates are the worst because you don't know what to wear. It's like, I know I have to look sporty, but there's only so many running shorts that make you look good. So obviously I was freaking out trying to get a cute outfit, and at one point I stopped and I looked at my roommate. I was like, who goes on a first date the finals week of your last term? Am I dumb? And she was like, probably, but he might be worth it, so might as well. And so obviously I was glad I said yes. But yes, it was a little bit of a, okay, finals week, wait till last moment. But I'm glad you asked me.
I was really glad you said yes. And we had a great time. It was a fun little outlook off one of the hills in Corvallis, and I knew there was it's a nice short hike. It's not, I don't even call it a hike, a short walk.
It's a meander.
To a beautiful viewpoint, and brought along a couple of hammocks and some food and some drinks, and just had a great time up there getting to know each other a little better. And time kind of got away from us. We were just kind of sitting there in a tree and talking for a few hours and had a great time. And before we knew it, it was time to head back. And had a great evening with some friends, and just kind of wrapped it up well and in a good community, but also really enjoyed the time just one-on-one.
Yeah, it's a perfect removed. We're just sitting and talking. That's our favorite thing to do now, is sit in the hammock and talk. Mitchell did. We were on a date. It was like a full date day. We were in Portland. We had gone to lunch with this family, I'm pretty sure. It was a long day, and so we went up to one of his favorite overlooks in Portland. Obviously, we have an overlook theme here. We went to an overlook in Portland. It was this old cemetery that Mitchell used to go to in high school. So he took me up there. We put a blanket on the ground, and we were just laying under the trees talking. And we kind of joked about liking Relient K in high school and laughing about how silly we were, you know, throwbacks. And the next thing I knew, he put on this really cute Relient K song and started singing to me and sang me the whole song. And of course I was laughing, and just, it was the sweetest thing, so I didn't know what to do. So I was laughing, and then at the very end, I don't know what you said. You had some sweet, sweet sentence.
Yeah, we were talking about things that they weren't quite sure about.
Yes.
Things were kind of up in the air, like what the future was going to hold, and I said, yeah, I'm not really sure about all that, but there's this one thing I am sure about.
Yeah.
And I looked down at her, and she could tell. I could see it in her eyes. And I let her know that I loved her. And she melted right there, just laying in that blanket. And she also said it back to me.
Yeah,
which
I
was
did
very
return
helpful.
it, so that's good. Not so awkward then if I say it back. No. So yeah, it was
Shout out to Boyd. He was...
Yeah, Boyd Ballinger.
Boyd Ballinger was his headstone right there next to us. And we'll always remember that. We'll always be fond of Boyd and that beautiful outlook over the city of Portland, and just a wonderful day overall.
Perfect.
I'll let you start. Like you
Our
did
first,
that night.
stop. Our first kiss, we have two different stories, and I'm correct in this one. And this one I am right, but Mitchell doesn't believe me. So it was graduation day. I didn't know, we'd been dating for a couple days, but I didn't know how serious we were, so I didn't invite him to graduation or to lunch with my family or anything. I just didn't think it was time to meet the parents, and I wanted to focus on graduation, not this new kid who's taking up my time. And so I hung out with the family, and then once they finally left, he said, okay, now can I take you out so I can hear about graduation? And I was like, okay, fine. So we went out on a little date, and it was great. It was really great. But then he went and dropped me off with friends, because I was supposed to meet up with a group of seniors that night to kind of celebrate being done. And as he dropped me off, he got out of his car to come give me a hug goodbye. So he hugged me goodbye, said some sweet things, obviously, and then he didn't drop his hands from my waist, but he just like leaned back against his car, kind of pulled me closer. And so obviously I knew what was going to happen. I did not initiate. Mitchell then just pulled me in for a kiss, which was fantastic, on the side of Monroe and Corvallis, which is great, but I just allowed it to happen. I did not initiate it.
Sure. Well, my side of the story is a little different. We did have a really nice time out that evening. She was nice enough to let me take her away from her friends. It's been a nice little date, just grabbing a beer and catching up and having a great time. And we both knew that I was leaving for a trip that next morning, and she was leaving for a trip herself shortly after that. So it was going to be about 2 weeks before we saw each other. And with things kind of moving so quickly, we weren't quite sure where we stood, and I wanted to be a little more clear. And so, yeah, I made sure to go around that car and give her a nice long hug. And she says that I didn't let her go, but I just remember her still having her arms around my neck and following me as I leaned back against my car. Also, she had the high ground. She was up on the curb, so she had an advantageous situation to make the first move.
Oh, yeah.
I'll agree, I think it was a 50-50 effort.
No, 75-25.
Yeah, I think you had 75.
No,
That's fair.
I didn't.
Yeah, it was
Anyways.
great. We don't have to go into details of that one, but
It was a good kiss.
Yeah,
Good
it,
kiss.
sealed the deal. We knew where we stood, and we had a great time chatting over the next 2 weeks until we gave a great second kiss. And
A few more after that, since
it's been great.
yeah.
It'll be a
Good.
goofy fun one. I like that.
I think I'm looking most just having like that constant best friend. You know, somewhere it's like late at night if I'm binging Netflix, he's there with me, or in the morning if we're running to the grocery store, grabbing coffee, he's there. Just being able to do life with Mitchell, and I think especially since we're living so far apart right now, I'm just ready for him to be up in Seattle so we can go through the mundane steps of life together too.
And on the entire flip side of that, I'm really looking forward to the big adventures, knowing that it's something we've both been called to do, and up to this point we've done it alone, and knowing that it's been really impactful for both of us individually. I think that we both kind of talked about being in those moments and realizing that it's great, but there's something lacking. And so I'm really excited to step into some of those bigger trips and the different things that God's called us to do together, whether in the city of Seattle or Portland or a different continent.
That'd be great.
I'm really looking forward to just being able to step into those adventures together and be a team.
Yeah.